Hello.
Hello, morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. You've been very quiet over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I don't have a business up and running, and I'm a further away than what I thought I might be able to do. So I'm just kind of taking the whole experience as okay, I'm not yet ready with something running. Maybe I come back again at a later stage, but I'm just kind of soaking everything into when I can apply it.
That's good. Well, hi, Geordie. Also, only the two of you here today. So I don't know if everybody's just on holiday for Easter for a long time.
Good morning. Please accept my apologies. I can only attend for half an hour. I've got a conference starting later today.
No worries.
In a
No
while. Thank you.
No worries. Well, let's start. Okay, so I can see Marcelina's joining. So ultimately, let's just cover a couple of main points here. We have hit week 7, believe it or not. And yes, Easter has happened for many people, and the Orthodox Easter is coming this weekend. So everybody's doing their things, right? So here we are. These are the things that are going to happen in the next few weeks. So today we're going and talking about your plan, supporting you on that, and what implementing on your results and stuff like that. Donna's going to be coming in for you guys next week, and I'll be doing the evening session. Then you'll see me more again on here, and then Michelle Clark will come back, and we'll do some more with Donna, and then we have our graduation and presentation and all of that happening, right? So seems like a lot happening, and we are here. So really the point being is that it's really, really important for you guys to come in and put your questions in, right? Because otherwise, when I checked last night, the only person who was doing anything was George and Stuart. So guys, it would be good if you can do this sooner for me, because it helps me prepare better for you. Yes. I know I'm being very mechanical here, and I'm sorry, but it's important, because otherwise I struggle to answer your questions. Not struggle, but I think some of the questions are, Marcelina, I think these kind of questions you could have emailed me, right? This is not really a question for the GAP program. So I think really let's use the next few weeks on your plans and where you can get really good mentoring and what you can, what is going to serve you in your business. And no disrespect, these are questions that can be done, but you could have emailed me on Monday and said, Michelle, can we sort this out, right? We don't have to do these kind of things on a GAP call. Yeah. So this call is really to help you guys with your plans, to go through the things that are, what is going to make a difference in my business. So let's start. So also, I know we've got 2 Dereks on the call today, because Kathy's also here. Yes, we've not Derek Shepherd, Derek, the other one. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Bust. Okay, so
Dara Shepherd, not Derek. Dara.
Okay. All right. Sorry, okay. Dara.
Yeah, okay. Spelling is different. Wonderful Irish names.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have got me today. So point being is, those of you that never put in anything, right? I'd like you to put something in, right? What is working for you? What is your highlights? What's happening to you? Even though you're not necessarily ready or you're not doing something, it's really a good idea to put something in here. Yeah. Kathy, you don't necessarily have to. You guys have been doing it every single week. It's not to pinpoint, but guys, specifically those of you that hardly put questions in, right? You guys, I'm here to give you mentoring on your plans, right? So it would be good if there was something that I could see that's moving along. So that's my suggestion, because the next couple of weeks are really about mentoring, right? It's really about, what is my plan? What are the big things that I want to be achieving? What should I be doing? What are the trends in the market? What are you doing, Michelle, in your business? Those kind of questions, right? So Marcelina, my suggestion is let's review on yours and see if you can come up with some better questions for today. Those ones I will answer over email, and I'll get my team on them anyway, right? But I really want you guys coming up with something that's going to actually get you excited. Yes. If this program is too boring, then please don't come. Yeah. If it is helping you, then please do come. But I'm really wanting you guys to seriously think about, you've got my time. You've got my time for an hour and a half here. Yeah. And the questions, to be fair, some of them are pretty weak, right, guys, for being on a course for 12 weeks. So I'm giving you a bit of stick today because this is important for your businesses. Yes. So it's not meant to be critical, but guys, we're here together and using the time. So let's use it. If you don't have a question, no problem. But at least come back and say, Michelle, I tried something in my business, or I did put half a page together, or you know what, I actually thought about my avatar and I came up with this. And then I can at least comment or give you some guidance, or somebody else here in the group can say something. So that's what I'm trying to get at for the next few weeks, because the teaching is done. Yes. Now the mentoring is happening and I want to see some results. So like Jordy, last week we looked at your page. What have you changed? Have you put it in? I know you've only got 30 minutes today, but these are the kind of things that you want to be using the mentoring for. So if you're not ready today, then at least have it ready for Donna next week. Say, Donna, this is my program. This is the feedback Michelle gave. This is what I'm trying to get done. We are all trying to get more clients, right? So what have you done with your clients? Have you bedded down your avatar to say, okay, what is my problem? What's the solution? All right, what activities have I been doing in the last week that's revenue generating? These are questions, that I'm wanting you guys to seriously think about, because coming and sitting for an hour and a half and just hearing me babble about cuck, right, with all due respect, is not really what this program is about. It's also about how do I support you. So I'm really going to be strict about that for the next few weeks, because this is where you get your magic, Okay, so Stuart, we are starting with your side because I saw your questions last night. So with regards to AI version of their training product, it's a really good question. The thing is that I think many programs, there's so much debate going about AI at the moment, whether, whether ChatGPT is legal, whether it's not legal, whether there's stuff. Yeah. So there haven't been any partners that we've had that have specifically, launched besides Daniel Priestley and Paul O'Mahony, where they've done a couple of things, right, on their products and they've used it. So if you look at Score App, which I've sent you guys the thing, that is all driven pretty much by AI, but it's not a training product, right? It's a product that serves your business. So when you're using AI to define your products and put that stuff together, remember, it's only the AI is only as good as what you're prompting it to do at the moment.
Yeah. Ours is slightly different. If I just jump in there, Michelle.
Yeah.
So we're using Synthesia to take our content. So we're going to record me and George running through the whole of a program. And it's a program that, we then program into and Synthesia, and then it's for Synthesia to run it.
Yes, absolutely. So I've got a guy who does something like this, right? Let me just share my screen, and I'm meeting him this week, and this is why a lot of your partners, you guys are asking me what's going to happen, but I'm only meeting him on Thursday because of all the Easter stuff, right? But the point here was, let me see if I can share my screen. It basically using it for automation and stuff like that. So let me just see. This is particularly like one program. Just let me know if you can hear the sound. It's not the main thing, right? Is it working? Oh, I turned my sound off. Can you hear my sound now?
Yeah.
Anything? Okay. All right. So here, this is really where they automate the whole process of.
Helen, we at Discovery would like to do a personal check-in to find out how you're really doing during this difficult time. Simply click on the option that best describes your situation so we know how we can be of help. Option 1, you're in isolation, and though you're feeling well, would like support while you're at home.
So the point here is not about what the topic is about. The point is that you can use this for particular training product or the process, right? So Stuart, this is definitely what we are going to go through with a lot of our lower end programs, which is really recording the relevant spots and having components. But if you take a look what they've done here, and this is why I liked it, is they're actually giving the clients relevant options to different points. Yeah. So there's another one here, which is like a UK gift card type of thing. So the point is also that if the client wants to upsell or go and get extra help along the way, that it's not just training, that there's also this opportunity to get support or upsell or get an appointment or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can use it completely differently.
Hi, Christopher. Thanks so much for being a silver member with us these past 23 years. You know, we don't just keep your vehicle on the road. We can help keep your finances running smoothly too. We believe nothing should stop you from buying that perfect car. Starting on those home improvements, booking that dream holiday, or managing your finances. Our personal loan is here to help you with our low interest rate from just 2.9% APR representative. And after your 14-day cool-off
So the
period,
thing around
we'd
here,
like to send you a little something
right,
extra.
is that they've taken
just to
their existing database and they're selling into it. So do you see, you can use these kind of things for a multitude of different ways. So I would definitely use the training. Thank you very much. You know, I would definitely put the training module in, but I would definitely have an opportunity where they have selections to choose, you know, potentially, hey, I'd like to have a chat and a support call, or I'd like to do something different and upgrade, for example, to a one-on-one call because I'm at that point now, or something like that, or put your quiz in. Remember, with Score app now, you can also do that, your princess question. Yes, you could put your princess question into here, or your Cinderella, or whatever you want to call it. He said Cinderella, sorry, with the slipper, right?
Yeah.
So these are the kind of components where I think the AI works really well. So, you know, you're not losing it, but you're putting your training module together, but there's also components where they can jump into different things. And I think that's something to definitely make sure that they're doing for you. Yeah. So my suggestion is 100% go ahead with it, right? Test it.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the more efficient we can make our training modules and stuff like that, I think it would be good. But I do think that humans are still looking for, you know, we need to be more human. So where do we bring the human part in that we can engage with them still? Is there a point? And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my concern. So when we ask feedback from previous clients, and also this week we found out that someone had completely ripped all our stuff, like word for word. Someone used to do our copyright and took everything, like, and they're not disguising it. They're using my IP slogans, my everything I used to use word for word. So I thought, right, okay. So if the feedback was that it's the way that we deliver it personally, they said, you know, that's the difference of our training. And I was like, oh, do we lose then one of the sort of almost like the USPs for what we do? Would we be better off recording it? So I'm going to split test it. I'm going to almost like do Synthesia version. I spoke to Synthesia. They said they can make an AI version avatar of myself and George, etc., and my daughter. So I think we'll do one of ourselves, but we'll also do one where they can choose, because ultimately I want to get this into young education. And I think with learning difficulties from having it in my own family, that the person in our family likes to choose the avatar, a certain tone, a certain color, a certain person that they feel they could be taught by. So it works in that case. I think there's a space for it. So I think having options for it maybe.
Well, I think, you know, for me, right, I'm looking at it at the grading of the product levels, right? So I'm looking at the lower levels where it's almost like a do-it-yourself component. Yes, and they're potentially paying a you know, they're not paying the high ticket price, right?
Yeah.
There's a component there. I'm going to show you one other thing that I'm doing at the moment, and this might help you, but it's a medium ticket item. So at the low one, I definitely think that keep it as automated, but also give them an opportunity to potentially book a call or go into that human space, right? But once they've done certain things, so like they've done things that you get them qualified, right?
Yeah.
They come in, they paid for a small program or a mastermind or something like that. you can always at your lower levels do something like we do with the GEM call, which is every month you run a call with a speaker, right? And that's live. And that negates that whole option. But in that process, have a little, oh, you're ready now. Are you ready? These are your questions, book a call and have an actual human speak to you or something like that. I mean, don't use words, but I would do that on the lower ones. In the middle ones, this is a guy that I'm working with at the moment. Let me just see where it is. Just give me 1 second. So what he's done is he's used an app which is actually very cool. It's called School, right? So what he's done here, I mean, I don't know what the pricing is. You guys would have to take a look and stuff like that, right? But what he's got is there's the community chats over here, right? This is now a private group. So once somebody's signed in, yes. Now what he has here is he has the classroom components. So you can see I've got all of these that I have to do, and these are the ones that are closed for other things, you know what I mean? So the program is here and I have to go through things. I do have a call with him once a month, right? To go through it. And this is a medium ticket item, I'm going to call it. So it's like 1,500-ish, yes. Then what he's got here is he's also got the calendar. You can see this where he's got the different things, and I can go in here and I can add this to my, so this is quite funky, but I can't access these ones because I'm not at this level, right? So I can only access, you can see this is like a lighter blue. So you see here, this is, well, you know, this one is the inner circle members only, right? So if I book on that, then it won't, you know, I won't be able to book in. You can see it's a slightly different color, but ultimately the calendar's there, which means everything is cool and I can plan my weeks and my months in advance, right? Then I can see all my members over here. And then he's also, this is quite nice, it's got a bit of a leaderboard thing here, right? You know, so this is quite a nice app that you can do, and you can combine it with, Stuart, the automated training, and then having, you know, so what he does once every 2 weeks, he does a group training with you, but he also does a one-on-one with you, and he books it in advance. So you can choose and you can be flexible in that space. So I would at the lower level do most automation and then scale it off. And then at your top level clients, you can choose. You can, I mean, in his space with the top level clients, they get the same stuff, right? They just get more personalized calls. Ups. But he's very active and he chats in there, and he has, and I think your daughter could be the person who potentially keeps that program all like, you know, up and going and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's my suggestion. Because, you know, what we're trying to also do, I mean, it's not great when somebody steals your IP, but the point is how do we take knowledge and spread it out there that people can use it still regardless, and we leave a legacy, but there's still something that people have to pay for, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. You know, it's a catch when somebody does that, but it's also how you handle it, I guess.
Yeah. It's I've looked at it as a gift for me. So because me and George are now on, you know, we've leveled up a whole new sort of energy with it to get it out even faster. So it's all good. Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely, I think, pluses and minuses, you know what I mean? So for me, it's really, you know, I definitely, so the reason I'm meeting this other company tomorrow's Thursday, is because for the flow consultant, right? The flow consultant, yes, I'll do a live training later in the year, but when people join now, how do I get them going through it? And then also they want to buy more tokens, and the whole process is so clunky with humans and taking up time, you know, no offense or anything, but, you know, hey, Michelle, I had a query today. It was like, oh, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what course to go on, and I don't know how to buy a token. I'm like, but this is covered in your onboarding, right? So either people aren't, I'm going to say this, there's a batch of people that are a bit lazy and don't go through their onboarding. And what the automation does is it forces them to go through it before they have an interaction with you, instead of just complaining over a support chat, you know? So that's, I'm kind of playing around with it myself, Stuart. So, I'm happy to give you guys more feedback and stuff, but I think this is it's a beautiful opportunity to learn from each other and try different things in our businesses of what works, what doesn't, what platforms. I mean, this school app is what the Buddy Boss does, which we are launching at the end of the month also, so these are the components that you want to be having that's easier to make your business easier. That's really what I've been trying to get going from Roger for a while, because these are the things, like I looked at this guy and I was like, oh, this is so easy. I can take the app on my phone, I can fiddle it. If I want, I can do an avatar, but you white labeling something, you don't even have to white label it. I mean, this one is still school, and all you do is you log in with the email address that you've got, and he obviously pays a license fee that's built into the membership.
Nice. Yeah. I'm excited by it. I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm also actually, so this guy that I'm meeting tomorrow, it's like with all the setup and everything it's around $10,000 with the licensing every month and the number of interventions they do on the programs and stuff like that, which is personally for a whole year, I don't think $10,000 is like a big ass thing, right? Because you're actually creating something. What I really liked about it was, for example, with the flow consultants, they're going through a program, but suddenly they need extra tokens. So hey, we noticed your portal's empty. Here's a pop-up. Your portal's empty. You guys are using a lot. Congratulations. Here's like a voucher to do something with. And then the next step would be, this is where you can buy more. So you're using it as onboarding and that tempo selling with building relationship. But because it's a low-end program, I don't want to have a human doing it every day.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So that I'm happily like, oh my word. I've been checking a couple of things. I mean, the one thing about customer service and stuff, I did put some work together on the, I think it was last weekend. So I'm sharing it with you guys also, because there's a whole bunch of different tools and stuff like that. So what I did is, it's not 100% ready to share yet, right? So it's still a bit messy, so bear with me, but it gives you conceptually the point, right? So how does, I don't know why this keeps shifting, but anyway, apologies. Like you can see, it's a bit messy still. But the point is, what I've been going through and using ChatGPT also is going through like prompting it on specific things around wealth dynamics and putting the content into it, because obviously now it's going to be more and more available. And then what are the different strategies in the different profiles to take wealth dynamics and go further with that? So I've been playing around with that part, in the different ones, and you can see. So I'll obviously share this. I just have to clean it out because there's a lot of words here. Right? But the nice part that I did is I also went and I said, okay, these are tips to grow your social media following, for example, with the different profiles. What are the, once I've primed it, then I come out with what are the tips, right? So as a creator, use this, do that, and then the tools, there are so many tools. Yeah. You wanted to ask a question?
No, I love it. I really, really like it. Really valuable.
So I'll definitely share this with you guys. It's just not like finalized yet, right? So here is this is kind of the different profiles and the tools that they use best, right? So you can see I've tried to kind of group it. But oh my God, there's so many. So you have to kind of like take a look at which ones are the right ones for you, right? Which ones have a good reputation that you could use again and things like that, which is interesting because, I mean, we know some of them, but I mean, I don't know. Did you guys know about Robinhood? Did you know about ClearSlide? Did you know about Inside Sales? Potentially not, right? Because we're not actually spending time in our businesses going and looking for this. Now, the challenge that I've got is that this could be outdated in the next 3 months. So I've got to continuously keep it up, right? And that's the other thing. But I think that there is enough here, and some of these companies are really up and coming. Like Airtable's very good. Monday, some of you guys have heard about it. We use Slack and Basecamp, but there's also Time Doctor for the Lord, So this is super like drives me, because I think we can use this. I mean, these are the things of the building a value cycle, right? The strategies for a star, for a supporter, what we should be trying to do, those kind of things. So I should have this ready for you in a few, for the level 2 and 3 partners, definitely, that you guys can just play with it and change it and stuff like that. But I think one thing that definitely the AI component is helping me realize that I want to automate a whole bunch of processes within the business, right? And clean out the stuff that's not working, but the stuff that I can then, because I would have never had time before to do this, guys, like ever. Like, where would I have like had the, honestly? And this took me probably because I was actually excited. It took me like 3 hours, I think. And I was like, oh, cool. And it actually, so what AI is doing is that because if I'm automating certain things, it's giving me that time back. So balance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So those of you that jumped in late, what I was going through slightly before was really around, that these are the next few weeks before the end are for mentoring, and put questions there. If you don't have a question, really think, give me some feedback. Tell me what you're doing. These are the components. And Stuart's question is really good because it gets us all thinking in a different format, right? And those are the kind of questions that I'd like to see ahead of the calls. If you really don't have a question, just give us some feedback. Say, this is cool, this is not, because if this is not valuable to you, I don't want you sitting here for an hour and a half and being bored, because then that's just a waste of everyone's time. Yeah. So I'm giving everybody a bit stick this morning because it's just, the mechanic coming out, right? Okay. All right. So Marcelina, I see that we've reverted to better questions. Yes, which I think is good. Are you here?
Yes, Michelle, sorry, but the signal is spinning off.
Okay, so you're
Is that
still
okay?
here? Yeah.
Still here.
Okay, so talk to me about your masterclass and stuff like that. So your goal was to get the 30% conversion, right? So your masterclass, talk to me what happened, because 50 out of 50, so you had 100% target ratio? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Amazing.
correct. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I surprised also because we never achieve the target like this. We just focus on make the message to cover the problem, the avatar's problem. That really works out. And we are surprised also because another participant from another country joined with the apps also, like surprisingly from the Czech Republic, from the US come to our masterclass.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are going in this Friday, by the way. So we still open the registration for the participant. So which is I think that's totally good for us. And I already talking about the team that they need achieve more than 50, and I make the roof for 60 or 65. That's
Awesome.
amazing, Michelle, because of the cap. Yeah.
I think you should go. We're going for 100, Marcelina. I think 50 and 60 is too low for sure, but it's okay. Do what you can, right?
Yeah.
Really, really good. So I think I'll give you some feedback on your presentation now. We can run through it. But what are the things you're saying to me? How do we get people to prepare and stuff like that? So you can hear me okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So one thing that I have tried differently, and guys, this is really where these calls are super valuable, because I'm working in the business and I'm telling you things that I'm doing. And then you can see, oh, this does work, this doesn't, whatever. So definitely 100%, Marcelina, great. I love it. On what I've done is I've got a promotion running, right, where I've got people to almost do similar, but it's not a masterclass. So what they've done is it's a digital flow consultant promotion, right? So I've got the promotion running, and what the opportunity is to, so this is what it looks like. So it's also a little bit different to what we know of before. I hope it's going to load. Just give me a second. I think my internet's a bit wobbly here. So what I've done here is it's similar to masterclass, but not. So we've got this, but there's the application process. You can see it's different. It's a different look and feel. I've got a video on it. So video definitely seems to be a lot better. We're getting a lot of watches of that. Now, I wasn't expecting to get a lot of people on the revenue space that were higher, but I got people to here when they do the apply now, right at the end, is what I did is I said, okay, what is your revenue here? Yes, which means they split it. So I split this for when it was below 100,000, like this, they get booked into a group call, right? And when they're over 100,000, they get booked into a one-on-one. So what I did was I went to the team. I just want to get it for you. And I said, okay, I want them to prepare for me for the group call, right? And there's a couple of things because now my group calls are actually super full. So what I did is I said, okay, team, can you prepare something for me? Because I want them to prepare ahead of this thing. So it's a similar process of what you're doing. You're asking, what should I do? Now I've got 50 people registered. What should I do to prepare them, right? Now, this is where Stuart's conversation also comes in. You guys can use AI. You can have a little bit of a, hey, you've registered. This is what you should be doing. You could do a little video component around it. You could do so many things that are automated, right? But what I just did is I'm just testing things at the moment, right? So hence it's not too AI'd. But I sent them all an email from myself and said, I'm so super excited that you've registered, right? And I would like you to prepare these following 5 things before you get onto the call with me next week, right? And this then goes, it's just because it's simple. It's a Google form. It's not anything else. And it's like, I get their email address here. Then I've got them doing the impact test. So, you know, you can choose whichever assessment you want them to do. Marcelina, get them to do an assessment because if they haven't, right, definitely use the assessment. And then I've just used these things like who's your customer that you're serving? What is their problem? What's the solution that you can think of right now? And what's your big burning question ahead of the call, right? Because then this comes into a spreadsheet for me and I can at least prepare ahead of it, right? And I can see who's got questions, who's interested, because the goal is in the email I said, so I used a slightly different wording and I used ChatGPT for it. And what I did was, let me just read it quickly to you, because I think, not read the whole thing, but I just wanted to, the wording I found was quite, you know, important, right? Of how to actually word it or something. I can't really find it right now, sorry. Inviting clients to your webinar. But basically what I said is I said the first paragraph, I kind of said, are you super excited to be a digital flow consultant? I almost like, because they haven't signed up yet, right? They're coming into the program and they're coming into this group mentoring to sign up. So I almost used that first paragraph and I used help ChatGPT to prompt it correctly to say, you're going to be a flow consultant. These are the things. This is what's so exciting, but I need you to prepare these things. So it was almost priming them to buy, but assuming that they're already there. I don't know if that makes sense. So let me just see. Give me one moment. I'm so sorry because I'm actually getting more time to answer emails, which is interesting. Interesting, but not good. Let me just see. And which means I can actually answer things nowadays, right? Maybe I could send it this morning, you know, and now I actually can't find it. Can you believe it? Oh, here we go. I said, unlocking your wealth potential by preparing for your call, right? So guys, maybe it's the best email, the worst email. Honestly, I don't really like, it's not a thing, right? But the point was, as you can see, it was just super simple like this. Are you ready to tap into the power and become a skilled flow consultant? You can see my screen? Yes. You know, so I used ChatGPT and I said, okay, this is what I'm wanting. This is what I'm doing. This is how they're getting there, you know, and I said, you had to have a call with me. We will deep dive into this. I need you to prepare these 5 things. And it might be too long, you know, but I'm going to test it. I said, everything can be found here. And I can't wait to have this, you know, experience with you. So that's really how I'm kind of testing out what works. Obviously, it would be amazing if this was all automated, but I'm trying to see what I can do that's automated and working versus what's automated and loses the human contact, you know. And when they've got a call with a human, you want to make sure that they know they've got a call with a human. I mean, ultimately, you can use something. I spoke to Anton. You can use, he's our brand guy. I think it's called, Let me just find it for you. Sorry, guys. I have to search a little bit when I'm looking for these things. So it's called Bitmoji. Let me just open it here. So I think, guys, it's always a good idea to look at stuff. So you could do this, Marcelina, and use a Bitmoji. I mean, you guys honestly should be a bit better at this than I am, because you're younger, I think. Right? But the point being is here, you can create your own account with your own Bitmoji, and you can use that, you know what I mean? You could do it on your phone, and you can use the Bitmoji to like use different features. I mean, you can use it on Snapchat, right? You can also use it for iMessage. So potentially you want to see, but you can potentially use this, right? That can help in with this component of getting them excited. So you could say to everybody, do the following things and create your own Bitmoji here. Do you know what I mean? That's ready for the course. I mean, really think out of the box. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would definitely look at it, test it, see. Yeah. Make sense? Okay, let's have a look at your presentation. This looks a lot better than when we looked last week, right?
Yeah, but it's all in Bahasa, by the way. I'll add with your slides with your suggestion.
Yes, so this is cool. I mean, this is great. One thing, just watch that your writing is not too small. Yeah, make sure that your sizing, because if I know this is small now, you can see Stuart's putting his glasses on again. I actually have to put it into presentation mode. Yeah, it's just loading. It's probably my internet is a bit slow. Sorry. So this is still, I would say this is still a bit small. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna go up, Mia? Yeah. Okay. So this is good. What I would do is be careful here. You can see some of the wording is going into your banner. So that means there's too many words, I would say. So what can he shorten over here? Yeah. This is great. Have you got pictures in there yet? Or is this just blank? Is it because of me it's not loading or what?
Oh, no. It hasn't finished yet.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
This is cool. Nice. Also, you see here, I like this, your active squad and stuff like this, but this is too small here. This needs to be bigger, and put a nice little thing about your company. Purpose. This is very cool. I like it. The colors, but put a picture here. You could, or put your emojis here or something, This is cool. But what you see here in your presentation mode, you see how things are going into this bottom bar here. So careful that, see here?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think it's because from the slides for PPT.
I mean,
we're going to put those slides.
Yeah. So just careful that everything fits in. I mean, I like this. I like the color schemes that you've chosen. I think it's very clean. It's very neat. It stands up between the blue and the orange. I really think that's cool. This is also nice, but what I would do is potentially put some kind of emoji or avatar here, use technology a little bit. Yes. This here, you do need images on here because it looks it's a bit too much writing and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what it says. I like this, but I'm not sure this picture is the best picture for it. So maybe, for this quote, this picture you might want to review. Yeah. This is cool. I'll also send you the ones with the people. So you maybe want to use the people instead of the fish. It's up to you. What do I mean? In the reports now, we've got people instead of fish, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to use fish or people, it depends on if you're trying to make it fun. I think, what we learned at one of the master classes is the fish is quite fun because it creates a vibe, but some people are a bit old for that. But it could bring out the child in someone, who knows? Careful on this, it looks a bit blurry, so you guys might want to retype it or reuse the thing. It's not ideal. Go into the e-guide. The copy is better. Yeah. I don't, what do you use? What are you saying around here? What are the words that you're using? What is this for?
Yeah,
Because
is in
here you've got more
bahasa,
words, here you've got less. So just careful, I would say, I'd just be careful and either use, because this one I'm understanding you're talking about brand, right? Because I can see brand in there, English word. But what I'm saying is if you're going around,
Michelle?
yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I think, yeah, now I can.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so from the brand part, you know, if the first one you look at, it says brand, right? Or the star one, so it's a little bit shorter. So you might want to make those words a little shorter and not so
Okay.
long,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna share my screen without the other part. You know, yeah, it's just, I know it's small, so apologies to everybody else. But you can see here, this is short, Marcelina, here, and this is short, but
Okay.
these paragraphs are long. So
Yeah,
keep the
yeah,
balance.
Understood. Okay.
I'm not certain I would put this in because they haven't bought a profile yet.
Okay.
So you're explaining something that's complicated, and now this goes like, oh my word, what is this? You understand? So careful. I would not do this.
Okay. Yeah, I will talk to Henry about this.
Yeah. I mean, this is fine. This is the normal stuff here. Put some pictures also, you know, like use the avatars and stuff like that. You know, I think this is good. And you want to basically put some pictures in, you know, or put a video in that they can watch about. I mean, this is really mastering your market. Go to the presentation that I did, this one. There's some videos in here. I know they're in English, but you might want to put that there. I don't know if it's come through.
Okay.
Just type. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Now my thing is not copying. Can you believe it? You see, I need a Rosalie and she can't be here today. See, I still need a human, people. I still need a human. Okay, so potentially that could work. Go in there and add some videos around these topics. Because this is cool, right? Because I can see you've taken something from there, but potentially use videos. Yep. This careful here. This is nice. You see here, this is a problem. You see that the something here needs to be bigger because am I frozen or is Marcelina frozen? Okay, Geordie, I can see your head moving, so I don't think it's me. Okay, all right. So Marcelina, you see here, there's problems in your formatting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. The rest is pretty okay. Just watch that it's not blurred and stuff, right? Keep it clean. And then you can see your promises and stuff. This you guys need to look at still, because I guess you're not finished yet, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think you're on the right track. And I think it's starting to make a format. Careful again that you're not giving too much, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Less is more.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle.
All right. Pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. Great. Cool. Okay. Right. Let's see. Who else has got something they want to talk about today? Nobody else has anything in here. So would you like me to go around the room, or would you guys like to ask some questions, or should I just wave at you? Guys, waving is good. Do you want to set up your own whatever those are? Does anybody have any thoughts, questions? All right, now I'm going to start picking on people. Okay, so Naral, what did you learn after what we just spoke about now?
Bitmoji has coloured hair that is two-tone. Besides that, I don't know, because I was thinking lots of things as you were talking, and I guess I was thinking about AI and, you know, really automating a lot more things instead of just using humans all the time. And that could free up my time, particularly on the website when somebody makes an inquiry.
Definitely. And I think you can make it quite fun, you know. You could I mean, you want to balance I think, you know, because you don't want to be too fun and not serious. So you want to kind of balance that part. Yeah. But I definitely think that you can free up your time a bit more. I mean, Joseph is he's using a bit of AI to test out appointment setters, you know. But I'm still seeing a lot of stuff on Facebook for requests for humans to set appointments. So I don't think AI is quite there yet, you know. But you might want to, like, you know, you might want to consider the Score app thing, right? Where you actually have then that Cinderella question that they answer and they do this little assessment. I mean, did you look at, I know it's not the same, but Jay Chetty, where Daniel Priestley's done his, Jay Shetty, that's it. He's done, this guy, he's not a therapist, right? So, I mean, it's not a therapist, but the point is here, if you take a look, he's got, you know, here's his main page. And what he's done is he's also used, Daniel Priestley's Score app, right? To create some of the things. So here he's got a couple of things, but this quiz here, take the quiz. You could just use that on your site. Yeah. And that could be the funnel that drives it into, or not the funnel, the value cycle, right? A part of the value cycle thing. But then in there's those questions of who you need to give your time to and who you don't need to. You know. So potentially think about it. I mean, you know, I think that, you know, you can definitely clean up your website to be able to do that. That it really pops. You know, and say, take this quiz. There's another woman who, I mean, this is a bit airy-fairy, but it could work. Samuel's, let me just see if I can find it quick. It's not, I think, you know, guys, the one thing about AI is, what I'm finding is that you have to give yourself some time to investigate what other people are doing. And I know this is why you come to the course, because most of the time you guys don't have the time for, you know, and this is why you're here. So Michelle, what have you found out in the last week? But this is important for you in your niche space. This is my business where I sit here and I have to coach you guys. So I have to know what's going on, right? But I think you guys need to allocate some time specifically to find out what others in your field are doing that could be working, because I'm not investigating each one of your practices, right? I'm doing coaching for my own business and I'm doing this for Entrepreneurs Institute, right? So mine is in a niche space, but it does apply to more businesses, right? So you can see how Stuart and I are talking about it from other stuff, because I'm looking at different modules. I think make sure that you're at least allocating time in your spirit day or something to learn, to be curious. You know, to find out more things. Now, this chick here, she ran an Instagram thing where she's doing, and you could do something similar. Her name's Carrie Samuels. You can go find her, Narelle, on Instagram. And she did something where she said, come and join me for like a few weeks. It's a limited 12-week program to come and find out about. You see this, I think it's this one here, the new moon cycles, right? Now, Sue, this is somebody you could also follow, because I know you're doing that. I know this is not the same, but it's similar. What you guys are looking to do. Now, she's got this. It's not super expensive, but when I went in, I kind of went, this is popping up here. She's also, look here, assess your intuition, free course. So you know, they've got little pops here that do different things and different quizzes and things like that. So definitely use it. Use the quiz spot, because I think it's definitely helpful.
All right, making a note to self. Thank you.
No worries. And I think it's also, guys, keep your branding on point. Yes. You guys need to make sure your branding's on point. And I think what I do notice is many of us, and I got called over the knuckles for it, is because my brand is Michelle is your coach, and all of the stuff in Instagram was my personal stuff. So he said, take it down. Take your personal stuff down. This is your business account. Your business account must be your business account. So carefully accounts that you guys are using, because a lot of us, I've noticed, mushy our digital, our social media stuff. We put personal with our business, with our stuff. Keep it clean. Definitely keep it clean. Okay. Awesome. Anything else from your side, sweetheart?
Just probably, I mean, I feel like I've actually, whatever I had in mind for team dynamics for therapists, I feel like I've had a new idea, and I've had a lot of new ideas being a creator. And I've changed my business name. I'm getting a new logo, moving the clinic. So a lot of new things are happening. So even though I haven't completed everything, I guess I've half done a promotion plan, returning to my original idea of being able to roll out kind of talent dynamics for my clients, and being able to then tell that to therapists, because I think that is much easier than trying to find therapists that are got clinics at this point.
Yeah, I think, you know, sometimes it's a component, and remember that in these partnerships, it takes time to format it. And this is why I said to you guys, it's not always a 12-month exactly, because sometimes we have to mush it along a bit and go a bit wider, because you're not ready to do that. Your brain is ready, but your work is not ready, or your work is ready and your brain's not ready. So you play catch up, but that's okay. Yeah, as long as you're feeling like you're moving and progressing, you know?
Totally. Yeah, totally.
So,
thank you.
Cool. Geordie, your hand was up.
Yeah, I took my hand down because I thought maybe this is not appropriate here, but I'm going to ask the quick question. We talked about it previously, and that is that on the portal under tools, you only have a payment button for PayPal. And I think I'm going to lose a lot of traffic on that last point of my pipeline where they have to actually pay, and then they see they are not interested in PayPal and they can't pay any other way. Is there a way we can fast track the development of maybe a pay fast button or anything like that?
I don't know if I can go faster. I've put it in for Sprint already, and there's a lot of stuff going on because the guys are trying to get the portal ready. So it is there. I have added it in, but I cannot give you a timeline right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be another format that you could look at, right? You potentially, you know, in South Africa, actually, what I used is a Zap. What is it called? I'll tell you now.
The scanner for
the Zap scan or Snap scan or something like that. That can definitely work better. So try that, and the agreements, you don't have to sign for a long period and stuff like that, Geordie. So take a look. I think it's Zapper or Snap Pay or something. Standard Bank does them. So take a look at Standard Bank. And also Discovery has got, I think, a QR code that you can use somewhere there. So just check, because Standard Bank is definitely on the high side of that. F&B doesn't have something yet, I don't think.
Does it integrate like your button that it actually issues generate and issue?
No, you have to set it up for that. So that's where you'd have to put a bit of work in beside on your, you know, that it takes it out of your portal and issues a token, or just sends you a notification to your assistant or something like that, you know, and you could do a message that says, we'll get back to you within 24 hours. You know what I mean? You don't have to deliver immediately, as long as you're letting your clients know. So I'll definitely do the work on it. I just can't promise you an outcome. So in the meantime, it depends how many clients you've got. I mean, if it's only 10 people, 20 people, then maybe it's a solution, you know?
Sure. No, just confirm the PayPal button does actually generate a code. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, who's next? Who's going to be brave? Anyone? Someone?
I would like to question. So you said you already started doing some digital flow consult advertisement and sending emails out and stuff like that. Because I would like to get, you know, some of that, because I am quite interested. I mean, that's what I'm doing now, right? So I'm talking to people and all the rest of it, but people not registering yet. So if possible, I would like to kind of get a little bit more of your emails out, that you bringing people into group calls. How would I do that?
So
unless they would not get that, right?
So I want to ask you a question because I'm not quite understanding what you're looking for, right? So are you wanting to sell the digital flow consultant as like an affiliate and fill your own little group, or are you looking for them to come into
yeah, that's what I'm working on.
So you want to sell it and you want to put them into a group for you to sell it,
Right?
or you want, yeah, is that what I'm understanding?
Well, I am trying to get a group of people who then join. So that's what I would.
So I think, Mugi, there's a component here, right? Because there's something similar that you can take a mix and match. You can use a bit of Marcelina's stuff, right? Potentially doing a little event where you actually talk about talent and wealth dynamics. Every week I'm doing like a Facebook Live, so you can copy what I'm doing there, right? I think careful that you only want to use email. I think there's multiple routes. So I would potentially start with doing some kind of Facebook Lives for your community. Then I would invite them into some kind of mini masterclass. And then I would get them to potentially book a call with you to determine if this is the right step, right? But the easiest route for you would be probably to say to me, Michelle, I'm going to bring 10 people. Can you block an hour and a half on this day for me instead of booking through the main section, if that's what you want to do? If you're confident that you can make the closes, then do it, right? But I'm concerned that maybe you're not 100% there yet. So I want to know, what do you want to do to warm these people up, right? What do you want to do to create excitement about wealth dynamics, right? Do you want to just use our stuff, or do you want to create your own new stuff? So careful that you're not putting too much into something that already exists. And that's what I'm going to say for all of you guys, right? It's not because I'm trying to hold on to it. I'm trying to say to you guys, there's already stuff happening out there. Either use it and use the same thing, or translate it, you know, or do something, Mooks, but don't necessarily go and redesign the wheel, that you're having to do everything again. Email wise, personally, I use ChatGPT, and so you can prime it. You can say, I'd love to send it, you know, you go into ChatGPT, you say, I would like to send an email to my community to invite them for an introductory session to find out about Roger James Hamilton's wealth dynamics. Please help me draft a professional email. And it goes, Miggy, I don't need to give you copy, my love. You can use copy on ChatGPT now, right? You literally can. You can put a sentence in, but you have to tell them what you're looking for, right? You have to tell it, like, prime the question. Did you watch the video where Roger on the gem call went through priming questions?
Yes.
So you do the same thing. You can say, do you understand about Roger Hamilton's wealth dynamics? Do you understand what a digital flow consultant is for Roger James Hamilton, right? I would like to invite my tribe to something, right? This is the page. I mean, the page that I showed earlier is already in the affiliate link stuff, so people can book. But what you could also do is you could say, Michelle, look, I've got 10 people and I've got them all together. Can I have a date in your diary and we bring them together and I help you? I think careful that you're not trying to do everything on your own without support.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion.
All right. Yeah, I am working on it, so we'll see.
Okay, that's fine. But I think there needs to be some kind of attraction model, right? So I think it's about your brand and maybe some videos, and maybe this is what I'm working on, you know, or this is why I love talent and wealth dynamics, or something. There's got to be some kind of excitement that people want to follow you for something. Yeah. And maybe it's just a coffee with Mugi, you know. I mean, I think we did for the MBA, Saranjit did like she did a thing which was really around having coffee with the CEO or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So you can do something similar where you can just have a coffee session and chat to people, right? Which is your strong point. Yes. Why don't you do an online coffee session where we talk about all things that are relevant right now, and you can bring a conversation of talent and wealth dynamics into it, you know. But I think there needs to be some kind of a warm-up process before you just get them into something, you know, and send them an email. Email is not my favorite at the moment. It is there and it is a form, but I wouldn't use it as my highest one, you know. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I'll try my best. Still trying. So we'll see.
Of course, well, do it. I mean, Mugi, like at the end of the day, remember, people want to follow you, right? So
Yeah.
I know that you've got a great personality. I would do something like once a week coffee with Mugi. Come and catch me on this day and this time, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
The lady I'm working together with, she has like 1,500 followers, and she has this group of marketings. Like every Wednesday evening, she has 2 hours of like I can sell my products in there. So that's what I would like to kind of have a something is ready already, and then people can kind of click and join. So that's what I thought, the email you just showed, and I thought that's something like that I can just put up without me putting so much effort now, try to do my landing page or rest of the things. And I just thought if there's something like that, I can just copy and paste and put it in her marketplace, and someone, there's I did that 2 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, and then one person joined Janice, the AI with Roger education, that one. So if I keep putting it every week, just like that, and then there's likelihood at least 1 or 2 or people keep clicking and joining, because from the 1,500, at least there was a one week. So because I didn't put last 2 weeks, I don't have anyone, so I cannot follow anyone yet. So I thought with Flow Consultant, I thought I would put something like that already, like tonight, Wednesday night, and then someone can kind of read up and join.
So I'm going to give you some advice here. I think it's a great thing to be able to go to a networking thing and promote your product, right? But Muki, you've got to stand for something, right? If you're going to spend every week going onto a call with people where you can promote yourself, you need to know what you're standing for. So what is it that you're doing? So I'm going to say that I'm not clear on your identity, right? That's my first question to you. So do you have your Facebook up? Do you have your LinkedIn up? Do you have who are you? Who is Muki, right? So maybe you can say, I mean, this is right, use the technology that's out there. But Mugi, for me, is somebody who has this bubbly, amazing personality and who is a great connector of people and programs, for example. Yes. So this is you. You have this ability to connect people because you've got this warm, beautiful personality, but you also help find people the right programs for them. But instead of every program we do, you drop it in, I would choose something that's more specific for you, that you can create a following and a trend behind it, because you guys all got different avatars, right? But Mugi, who are the type of people that are in there? Are they more interested in AI or technology? Are they more interested in Wealth Dynamics Masters? Are they more interested in coaching? What are their interests? And it might be completely varied, but choose one part that you specialize in, and you can come in and say, I'm Mugi, this is what I do best. And the companies that I work together with are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And one of the components here is I would love to offer, my suggestion would be like what we did for Sue and myself, Wealth Dynamics page, and give you a discount token, and you give everybody a discount token for $47 on this thing. That's more for you to get traction. Then it's one thing, then they all go and do a Wealth Dynamics taste, you see, or they do something that's easier for you. Because every week when you come and you do a different event, personally, I wouldn't know what I was following. So careful that you're not diluting your brand, right, by trying to offer too many things. That's my suggestion to you. So, I mean,
well, because it's so, I mean, what I'm just trying to attract now, in sense of like what last year and a half, what I try to attract now is to getting people, German people, to get interested in Wealth Dynamics just whole itself. So that's why I am now working on this Flow Consultant. I just thought if I have 10 people who come join me in the Flow Consultant certificate course, because people have certification, they would like to have, they don't want to just attend for something for just nothing. That's why I would just thought that the certification course maybe attract them, and then when they're already into it, when they come in, they join and they hear and learn such a great thing of wealth dynamics, and they want to kind of spread it further. That's what I kind of.
I get it, right? But digital flow consultant is a specific niche. It's for coaches, trainers, mentors, right? So my thing is, I'm going to say to you, careful that we're not doing the attraction the wrong way, because unless you're specifically focusing on coaches and trainers in the German market, the flow consultant's maybe not the right route.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm asking the question. So it's not because I'm trying to derail you, Mugi. I'm trying to say, what is your biggest focus? What is your speciality? What are you known as? And what can you do? I mean, for example, here, I can do this with you. So this is what Sue, can I use yours as an example quick, just to show it? So this one is what we've done is we set up like a discount code for you, right? That you can offer to your community. So you use the normal Wealth Dynamics page here, right? This one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now you can see we are already giving discounts away. So this is the page. I'll just drop it in there. But for example, what we did for Sue is this can be linked anywhere. We've also done it for my business where people can just take the test. But what you can then do is you can say, okay, I want to, so what I did is I did one in my business at $27, right? Because for me, it's not about money, right? So you can see Sue's one, when I put the discount code in over here, Sue's one is Moon 47, right? Yeah. Boop. Why is it not working? Moon. Is it 47, Sue? Why is it Moon?
Okay, yeah.
Let's see if mine worked. Okay, I don't know why. I must just check yours. But you see, I used my code over here, and what it does is it drops the Wealth Dynamics test from $97 to normal 47. I also created one for $27, right? Because I'm not about this about making money and stuff like that. Yes, the Wealth Dynamics code, and I don't want to devalue it, but I can offer a special to this group of people, Mugi. So then they all take the assessment. Then there's something you could do with them. Then you can get them into an event and talk more about Wealth Dynamics and why they want to know more. And maybe some of those will be flow consultants, but maybe some of those are business owners and they want to use it in their business. Do you see? So I'm trying to find out what it is that you're wanting to get, because the German market is difficult as it is, right? But I don't know if the flow consultant course is the right one. Otherwise, what I would do is I would say, okay, cool. I'm Mugi. I'm the connector of people in Wealth Dynamics, right? And I am loving people. And I'm looking for coaches who want to take this Wealth Dynamics message into Germany. Do you see my message is already different? So choose a route, choose a path that works for you, instead of just trying to throw one thing here, then throw a different thing. And that's my concern for you. Yeah. So have a think today and decide what you're going to present every Wednesday. Because the more consistency you'll have, because then you could go this week, Wednesday, you're doing a masterclass. Next week, we're going to do a masterclass at the end of the month. So that might be helpful to you, right? To bring people in about Wealth Dynamics. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe the next week is flow consultant. The next week is a token. You can choose, but have a schedule that says, this is what I'm going to promote every week, instead of just saying, oh, what should I do this week?
So then how would I get this, what you just did, this token one? Should I get a call with you and then set it up, or?
No, it's fine. I'll just set it up for you in the background, right?
Okay.
What kind of do you want?
Yeah, that is like a, I don't know. I mean, I've been working on this flow consultant thing for the last 6 weeks and keep talking to people, chatting up with people and of course I haven't sold any yet, but I was just trying that. So it like now again, then after 6 weeks, it makes me, again, I was working on something wrong. So it's just, yeah. But I mean, I like that you say that the consistency is good, because that's what I also feel is actually good, because then I have something already I don't need to worry about. Is every Wednesday is being promoted, same thing, and then people can just come and join. And then one other catch would be from there, then I would have them to go and join my Facebook group that I created, and that they then keep coming in there. That's what I really need.
Well, so then Mugi, this is the thing. I would actually spend today Map out the experience, what you want them to do. I want them to go into my Facebook group. I want them to take a Genius test. I want them to take a Wealth Dynamics test. I want them to, what do you want these people to do? Then put it into order and then choose your schedule for the next 12 weeks. What are you going to talk about every week at this thing that fits in to your topic? That's what I would do. And just do it on an Excel spreadsheet. You don't have to get fancy. Just, these are the dates, these are the Wednesdays, this is my topic, and this is what I'm trying to target. And then capture it and say, okay, one person registered, great. I can only get better from one. Next week, 2 people registered, amazing. Then you promoting you have to go and have something that you're standing for, my love. So you need to be clear on what you're offering and what you want to do, because I think right now you're not. And that's making it, like, if I have a whole audience of 2,000 people, you're not sure what you're wanting to have out of this audience. You've got a couple of ideas, but go and put it down on paper. I know that it's a pain for you, and I know that you're in the Blaze side, but you have to put some structure together for your thing, because otherwise you're just going to keep floating. Yeah?
Yeah, it is. That's what it is happening. It just keep floating, and they keep just fading away. The ideas, like things that I come up, and then because it's keep falling, they just keep fades away. So it's not like,
yeah, and that's the problem, is because then something works, then something doesn't work, then something works, then something doesn't. Then you lose faith. So it's going to put 12 weeks in your calendar, and every week map it out. What am I going to talk about? And then monitor how many people are following you. Even if you start this week and you say, this is who I am, this is what I do best, please come and join my Facebook group. And that's your only selling thing for this week. That's okay. But then make sure your Facebook group has got a really nice video and it tells them to take a test or tells them to do something. Do you see what I mean, Mooks? You don't need to sell something that's $1 value. You can sell your group. You can sell a 30-minute session with you if you want. You see, you don't have to have people transferring money in this interaction. They're still trying to learn who you are. But the more you show up, I think it's the consistency of show up, and it's the consistency of who you are and what you're going to do, because they want to watch you, because that's what people do. They see, what are you doing? Oh, she's still doing this. Oh, she's doing even more of this, right? And that's what happens. So that's my suggestion to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say, Mugi, I feel like Michelle's talking to me as well. So this is what I want to do. And if you need an accountability partner, because I love the planning side of it, just, we can catch up afterwards. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. You. That's good. Exactly. That's what I need now. That's good. Thank you.
Definitely. These groups are also, this is why at the beginning, remember, we said connect up with each other, because you learn from each other. Like Sue and I want to do stuff. We have to get on a call, right? Because Sue, that's going forward, right? Just saying. So when are we going to get on a call? I know you've got super stuff happening, but what we were talking about with the retreats and the things like that. So guys, collaboration is the key here. It's not about each one of you in your isolated pods. Where can you support each other? Where can you do work together? Where can you do things that help each other? And maybe, who knows? You never know what happens, right? But it's definitely about like some kind of a choose what you're going to do for the next 12 weeks. Just make a choice. And this is it. At the end of the 12 weeks, it doesn't work. You can send me a snot email and say, Michelle, I did everything you said and it didn't work. Then I'll say, okay, cool. Let's get on a call. Let's talk about it, right? Let's see what didn't work and what can we make work. But I think, guys, if you don't have something that you're following through for at least a 12-week cycle, you can't tell if it works or doesn't. And that's the thing, because most of us get bored before the 12 weeks is up. And we want to oh my God, I'm so tired of this. So tired of my own voice. I got the call today, with all due respect, I'm so sick of hearing my own voice. Seriously, It's true though, but we're human. We're all human, and we do get bored, right? And all of us, many of us are in the space of the Dynamo Blaze space. Yes. And even, Sue, you've got a high dynamo, which means, you're not only the steel side like me, we've got both, which means we can get bored. And Mugi, you 100% will get bored because you're a star. Of course, you're going to get
So how do I, when I get too much blaze side of it, not dynamo side, how do I then recover myself, or what kind of mantras I meant to keep reading a day so that I get back up?
You know, I think everything is consistency. So for me, the things that work is I write a little card for myself, and I do my so many questions in the morning, and I go through the questions, and I go through Roger's 8 questions, right? Which is, what am I grateful for? Who do I love? Why am I so happy? Right? Remember this part? I think I've shared it.
That's what I'm doing
before, you know.
A CC call was about that, and with Donna as well. So that's what I'm doing now. Like every day, write down the 8 questions or answer the 8 questions and working on it and writing.
Yeah, like I light an incense thing, and I stand in the morning and I go through my questions and I reflect it. I also do my cards every morning. So I create habits, right? So if I can't get to the ocean because I'm stuck in Athens, then I sit in my flat or wherever I am and I do my little ritual. Make a ritual for the morning that helps you keep structure. What is your big plan for the day? You know, that kind of fits into your thing. So every day, Mookie, wake up, get your tea, get your warm water. I think I'm pretty like, once I get into, you see, my belief system is the more I have to think about stuff, the more my brain power is taken over by things. So if I can routinize my life, which means that when I wake up in the morning, I do my 8 questions, then I drink my warm lemon juice, then I drink my celery juice, then I get in front of my computer, then I do my cards, right? And I do my journaling. I don't have to think about it. I put my clothes out the night before. I know, guys, I'm sorry, you're getting to learn more about me, but I put my clothes out the night before, so I don't have to think about what I must wear when I wake up. You understand? So I take, because in our lives, we actually, per day, our brains are only designed to make 30 minutes of powerful decisions. And the problem is that we spend 8 to 12 hours trying to make decisions. So take the decisions out. So I take away, what am I eating? Because I don't worry about that, because Miller sorts out the food, right? I know what I want to eat, but every morning I've got celery juice, whether I like it or not, or I don't feel like it, it doesn't matter. The thing is there, right? So I don't have to think about it. Ruby goes surfing every day, right? That's part of her thing. Whether it's hot, cold, sideways, she goes surfing every day because that's a thing. So take the things out that you need to decide, oh, what should I wear today? You understand? Or who should I contact today? The night before you go to bed, make a list of the main things you want to do tomorrow. Here's mine. I use my Remarkable, right? I don't use paper anymore because I like traveling too much around the world in different flats. I use paper, but I write a list, right? And these are the things I want to accomplish today. And it shouldn't be more than 3. I've got 6 at the moment, which is not a good thing. That means that some of them will fall to tomorrow, but at least I know what I'm trying to get done, you know, and I've got some kind of a goal. And one of the things, Mugi, that I prioritize for myself at the moment is personal development and learning. If you're not learning and growing and earning, what are you doing, right? So structure, I know it's a pain, but just write a list. Get a card, you know, like you get a chalkboard. I
am writing down all my stuff and everything, and then I mean I am trying to do, like, in the morning I have this habit and journaling and the rest of it, and well, it's not been so yet doing it, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think, yeah, you know, take the decision-making process out of your mornings and say, this is what's going to happen regardless, right? Then, you know, like I know every Tuesday night I have a course that I'm on. Every Thursday night I have a course that I'm on. It's in my calendar. Everybody else, sorry for you, you know, like these are the things, I actually block them in my calendars and I do that. Now I'm very structured, right? And the only reason I do that is because otherwise, Mugi, I feel I can't get enough done. So 12 weeks, just map out, have a board, like even if you just do a big board like this and you put the 12 weeks and you tick every day that you've done your thing. There's beautiful journals. I don't have it here, it's at my other house, but there's one where you actually get it's a beautiful covered journal. Just send me a message. I'll be back on the weekend and I'll send you a photograph of it, and you can buy it on Amazon. And it's like a book that's so beautiful. I don't even want to write in it, but then you tick things off every day, right? So there's many routes to getting organized. But I think you need structure, and you need to decide what it is that you want to do for the next 12 weeks, and just stick it out for 12 weeks. The end of the 12 weeks, come back and talk to me. But just 12 weeks.
I got it as a present too just now from Penelope.
Oh, that's nice. So why don't you use it?
Yeah, I will. I have to finish listening. The one what the instruction she sent. The Penelope Magliolanti, is from Cyprus. So she sent me. So I have this. I mean, I am working on it. So I put as a April focus on the April is more health and getting back to our habit and structure. But I would just, because I just feel like I just want to ask when it's become too much blaze energy pulling you down, not so much dynamic energy. What do you do? That's what I was just wondering about.
I think blaze energy pulls you down. I think blaze energy gets you fired up to go into a direction, and then you forget to do the structure. So that's the difference, right? And I think what you do need to do is, for blaze energy, you just need to have the processes in place so you don't think about it. And that will help you. Yeah, then you can just be amazing in your blaze energy, because your blaze energy is bringing clients and having conversations. So everything else we've talked about today, AI, automating things, making a pathway that just does stuff. Sue's brilliant at that, So the two of you have a conversation. Maybe there's something you can help each other with,
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Right.
Good. Thank you, guys. Sorry, you guys taking too much of your time.
No, it's good. This is what these things are for, guys. This is, it doesn't matter what level of question you're asking me. Some people need to get the answer to the question. But if you don't come with questions, what must I do? Stand here.
And that's why I keep stuck, when I don't ask the question, don't get excited, then I get stuck.
Right. So if that's your fault. That's not my fault. No. So you coming to this course, it's your responsibility to ask questions. If you don't want to ask questions, don't come. Or just don't participate. That's okay too. There's no judgment in the space. But if you're having struggles, ask the right question. I'm telling you, somebody else has got the same problem. I promise you. Yesterday, I was on a course where I have to build my own michellenolting.com website. Anyway, we're working with a spiritual person, and she's like, what are your colors? What are your thing? I'm like, I'm stuck. She's like, why are you stuck? I said, because I don't know how to take this message of what I'm supposed to do and then put it over there. I also get stuck, guys. But if you don't ask and you don't, and actually after I asked the question, everybody in my group, and there's another 8 women, same thing. They're like, thank God you asked that question, Michelle, because we were in the same space. So guys, if it's a stupid question, then you'll say it's a stupid question, because I will always answer it. But I will say that there are better phrased questions. Like I said to Marcelina at the beginning of the call, I'm not here for admin queries. I'm here to support you in your business. It's an admin query. Send me an email, right? Send me a mail. I'll answer it. But this is for like that business thing to get you excited. And if you're not asking questions, then how do you get excited? Yes, right. Well done for asking the question, Mugi. You get the gold star for today.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? We've got like a few moments left. Should we go around the room and go through everybody's biggest takeaway from the call? Should we do that? So what's going to happen is I'm going to start and I'm going to nominate the first person. Then you nominate the next person. Okay. So Ruby, what was your biggest takeaway from today?
My biggest takeaway was about what do I want to get people to do, and making a list of that from the conversation with Mugi. I just thought it was great, because I don't often think about that, and that will give me the guideline that I need for my slide deck, which I am in the throes of making.
Amazing.
Next.
Who are you nominating to go next?
How about Sue?
Okay, so I think I'm good at asking other people questions, but I realise I haven't been asking myself direct enough questions. And I've got too many ideas going through my head. So I've got 3, I've written 1 promotion plan, but I've got 3 in my head, and that's why I'm not doing it. So I'm going to do 2 12-week things to test 2 different ideas. So that's my insight, that instead of thinking about it, just go do it and stick to 12 weeks. So thank you for that. And I nominate Stuart.
Thank you. My takeaway from today is that I want to make sure I keep the AI personal. So I'm going to go with the AI for sure, but I am going to wrap it around a personal touch. I think that's solidified it for me. It feels right. So thank you.
Okay.
Lara.
Yeah, my takeaway from today is kind of a nudge from a takeaway previously of trying not to be perfect in the process. I think I've everything of like, I want to have it designed a perfect process, what this wants to do if I want to launch something. So I think I'm just, I think thanks Michelle for the shtick of just getting something going and done as well. Just go and do it rather than trying to have everything perfected and make another mistake, learn from that and go on to the next.
Nice. Who are you nominating?
I nominate Mugi.
Hey, yeah, thank you guys. That actually really inspired me again. Thank you. And yeah, what I'm taking away is writing down 12 weeks weekly plan and topic and outcome plan to write down in big board, just to be visible and seeable.
Nice. I'm excited to see it. Send me a photo.
Yes, I will.
All right, who are you nominating? I think we have a few people who yes. Who?
Kathy.
Kathy. Hey, Kathy.
Okay. Hello. Sorry, I've turned my my video back on just for this, but my internet has been so bad tonight. It's been really horrible. It was really useful tonight. Mugi, I can so relate to so much of what you're talking about, of just trying this and trying this and trying this and trying this, because I've been there, done that, and it's a nightmare. I just would be thrown from one side to the other, and I can just so relate. And I used to put so much work into, doing this thing, and nothing would work. Like that 6-7 weeks, I can so relate to what you're talking about. I've been bashing my head against a brick wall for a long time. So just get focused, because it does. What excites you, what excites me, and that was my journey about actually going, okay, this is what excites me, and so this is what I'm going to do, and creating your own path from there. I could just so relate to that. And the AI stuff, Michelle, what you were showing us there, that was really cool. So thank you for that.
Aisha, who are you nominating? I think I have 2 people left.
Nirel.
What is my takeaway? My takeaway, I still think the Bitmoji can have multicolored hair. I'm very pleased about that. And I loved your comment about, when we were talking about the Genius test and whether you use a cartoon fish. I didn't even know it was a fish, to be honest. I don't know what I saw, but how you can either use people's faces or fish, to add an element of fun with the fish. I love the fish. I use the fish. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So I think Dr. M is left.
So I choose up Dr.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, I'll say it's a combination of the things. One is, choose the pathway and get more organized. And though I'm, more organized professionally, I'll say better organized. I wouldn't say more organized. I would say better organized professionally. But then, it's also about the personal stuff that I need to focus on a lot more, because when both of them are having a balance, that's more like environment. Then I get more things done. Like if it's only professional, then I'm getting 3 things done. But if I'm having a balance of both, then I'm getting 6 to 10 things done. So that's, and also in terms of the calendar, like, hey, I have to send this message on this day, on this morning, I'm going to have this interaction. So, sort of planning those small details also. That's
nice. Awesome. Guys, I really appreciate your interaction. And I think this is what these calls are for. So now you know what the next 7 weeks is going to be about. And you'll have different mentors having different components. So next week is definitely, you've got Donna. So guys, do prepare and use her skills. And her big thing is, you know, like if we take, Donna is exceptional at mindset coaching, right? So if there's something that you need to do differently, or you're struggling with a block somewhere, potentially ask that kind of a question. She's also exceptional in the business side, so you can ask her anything on that side, but please do prepare something, yeah? Because we bring in these people in so that they can come and they can give you some insight to take you to your next phase. So I'll be here to welcome you and everything. You know, and I might just set the tone and say, what were your results from the last week? Mugi, how did you go? Sue, how did you go? So we can get it going, right? But definitely, please put some thought into your question, even if it's just one question, guys. You don't have to do 3, just do one question for next week. What is the biggest thing that you're needing support with? And please do it early enough so that that she can at least prepare, yeah? All right, go and have a fab week. Go and play with ChatGPT. Remember to keep your structures, and also go and play and go and learn new stuff. It's a fun time in the world. Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.